118 Lincoln Road. We deliver from lunchtime until 1 a.m. Call 01733 555 795 now to order and experience Desi Restaurant's flavors.
You're listening to Peterborough's community radio, Salam Radio. Salam Radio. 106.2 FM.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Guess who's back? Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. We are very pleased to finally be back here at Salam Radio, and we are sorry we've been getting some of your messages regards to where we've been, but here we are back with Tabby. Forgot my name. It's been too long. You're back with Tabby, otherwise known as Mr. Akram or Mehtab and Shamir here, and you are joined into Islam Radio for Education Matters. All right, so we are thrilled to have you guys, and inshallah we are thrilled to be here as well. It has been quite a few long that we've been away due to a lot of reasons, I think. Due to a lot of reasons indeed. We have been obviously busy with school, exams and so on, but alhamdulillah we are back now, and inshallah hoping to run this season for the next few weeks before we break up for our summer holiday. So if we start off with introducing our amazing listener to our show. So Education Matters is what you are joined with, and this is your go-to destination for all things education. Whether you're a student, a teacher or a parent or just someone who's passionate about learning, this is the show for you. So my name is Mehtab. I'm a teacher in Peterborough school within Peterborough I should say, and also I have Shamir with me, who is also fellow maths teacher and teaching in school in Peterborough. Shamir, how are you, my friend?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very, very good. So, yeah, I mean, like you said, it's been a long break. They've had a new Bad Boys movie in between our little comeback. But yeah, very, very happy to be back and continuing our Education Matters show.
So yeah, in our show we'll be diving deep into the world of education, exploring the latest trends, innovations and challenges in the field. We'll also bring you inspiring stories, expert interviews and practical tips to help you navigate around the educational landscape.
And the best part, we're not here to lecture you, we're here to have meaningful conversations and engage with you, our wonderful listeners. So if you have any questions, thoughts or ideas about anything education related, do not hesitate to reach out and give us a shout.
Excellent. So grab your favorite cup of tea, because you should have had your dinner by now, and then grab your favorite cup of tea, PG Tips Builders with 2 sugar, well 1.5 sugar now. Yep. And settle in and let's embark on this educational journey together. As you know, education always matters. So today's show, inshallah, what we are planning to do is just to give you an update in terms of year 11s, what happens as they kind of finish the school with their GCSEs, and what will that mean for them, what will that mean for you, and how we can keep it very productive. So it's a post-examination going into summer break, inshallah. That is what our program will be about. But before that, I think it's important to let you guys know, what we've been up to, and where we've been for the past few weeks, and where we are currently with education within Peterborough. And so that is something that we'll be talking about first, and then the first segment in terms of a show, we will be discussing about the post-exam brief and the next steps that are available for year 11s. Perhaps some of them would be looking for some work or carrying on with higher educations, so whether it's A-level or going to college. and any, some of this financial support that will be available for them to continue with education, and then also looking at winding down and some good activities to I can't even say the word now.
Rehabilitate.
Yeah, for September, and trying to get them ready for September, because it is it may seem quite long away, but it's not. Those weeks go on quite quick, and then let you guys know our plan, inshallah, for next year in regards to our radio program, as well as our tuition that we do, and all the services, inshallah, that we have in the pipeline that will be available for you guys. So first of all, Mr. Hussain, exams, how are they?
So very, very stressful, especially those last moments. Panic revision time kicks in, but I think, alhamdulillah, overall, a lot more upbeat year 11s generally around the school, especially those that put the hard work in. I think they got instant reward, or they felt like they got instant reward, because they felt really confident once they finished the exams. I hear the maths exams especially were very favourable towards our students. And likewise, I mean, they did kind of say similar things about English and science. So the main subjects, main exams for year 11s, generally upbeat, generally a lot more confident feeling kids I had around me. I'm guessing the ones that weren't confident were running 1,000,000 miles away from me.
No, alhamdulillah,
Alhamdulillah, all good.
In comparison to last year, I would say this year, you're right, alhamdulillah, they were a lot more positive. They were more focused. There were many more students this year round, in proportion wise, who had a plan and they stuck to it. And that plan was whether it was from September or December, and they stuck to it. And you're right, you are always going to, unfortunately, get some that wake up in Easter, wake up after their last mock, and then be like, okay, I need to care. I'm sure they care before, but I just need to
and they realise the exams are over.
Of course,
they missed all of them.
That unfortunately is something that will always, bound to happen. So, alhamdulillah, it was a positive exam season, and we are very, very proud. I think for me, some of the messages that I was giving to my year 11s was, the effort that they had, despite the results, the amazing effort that they have put in. Really, really proud, and I think all parents should be very proud of your children. The one exam after another, and having to revise so much, it's not easy, especially when the weather is nice as well sometimes. So I think it's a moment to not only look forward to your results, but at the same time just be grateful and reward the hard work that the students have put in. So I'm guessing that all your 11s obviously off timetable now.
They're all gone. So
they're all gone, yeah.
I think we lost our year 11s. I say about a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
They came in for one last leavers assembly. They did all the shirt signing. Yeah, to be honest with you, it was a really, really good, fun day. Bit of an emotional day, as a lot of
5 years.
It's a long time. It's a long journey. Familiar faces.
I get very emotional, man. It just, because every student that you have in there, their back.
I see videos of you bringing the doll out, so I don't know how emotional you get.
Who told you about that?
I was so excited. You danced them out of the gates onto the road.
Well, there was unfortunately, unfortunate. I don't know whether it's unfortunate or not, but
I think it's good memories.
You know what it is? You work so hard with those year groups over the years, and you just feel like they deserve that happiness. And obviously, sometimes you just turning up to whether it's their prom or whether there is a leaving, it means so much to them. And yes, there was an incident where I bought out the toll, and now I get requests every year.
You went viral for 15 minutes. You had your 15 minutes fame now. I think you could retire.
I did love it. Yeah, I have retired. But yeah, alhamdulillah, we're for us as teachers.
For us as teachers, like you said,
non-stop work.
I think you're right. It is an emotional time, especially what I felt it a lot more with my tutees. So year 11s that were in my tutor group, who I've known for the last couple of years, seen them through the GCSE years.
Yeah.
Got on with all of them, alhamdulillah. So we had loads of banter every single day. So they are very, very well missed, especially in the mornings. Our year 11s normally, so just to give you a bit of a context, we've got, I think it's vertical. So we've got vertical tutor groups. So 4 or 5 kids from each year group.
Yeah.
So our year 11s were a massive, massive part of our tutor group, for example. So they just come in, they
get involved, don't they?
yeah, and the younger students obviously looked up to them, and most of the time, if activities were started, it would have been done by the year 11s, and then they would be followed through with our younger group. And now with them not being there, there's a big void. You can feel the void in the room. So they're very, very, very well missed in the tutor sessions in the morning. Obviously missed around the general day-to-day learning and lessons around the school as well. But yeah, alhamdulillah, it was a good sort of memory to see them for their last day.
Yeah, of course. And what does it mean, obviously, with this time of the year? You know, if you can start us off, or I don't mind sharing my first. In terms of, you know, at this time of the year for us as teachers, yes, obviously there's no year 11s. Year 11s are gone.
You say you got a little breathing space.
It is called as game time, but that doesn't exist. What we sometimes
they got to label it something, don't they?
There's obviously assessments that are happening for the other years. There's planning for next year. There is
6 transition day we had today.
Transition, yeah. So as you all know, happy transition day to all the parents and year 6s going on to year 7. Very, I just got home about 7:20, 7:30, and had to run here. It's amazing.
Huh? Can't imagine that.
It was amazing. It was really, really nice to see the students who are looking forward to obviously starting in September. Big day, I think, for both parents and the students. They're having to change school and that excitement.
Of course, I think it's a start of the journey that we just discussed ended for our year 11s. So as you can probably imagine, it's going to be the start of a very hectic 5 years for.
Well, Some, I mean,
yeah,
we hope it's not hectic, but we hope they enjoy it. But it's just obviously low, yeah.
Good and bad.
Yeah,
so
of course.
Lots of changes. In secondary school, I think if we all remember back to our secondary school, for me, that's the part of my life where it's almost like TDA? I remember the old deacons.
The old deacons, yeah.
It's like when I do see my old friends from school, deacons, it's like we finished yesterday. It feels like it when we start talking about our stories. So it's that part.
Time goes really quick, doesn't it?
It goes quickly, but it's that period of secondary school which I think me and my friendship group, we all always agree it was our most hectic, active, fun sort of time.
A lot going on.
But yeah, it's a start of a new journey.
It's over, I think. It starts and then it's over before.
It feels long while you're going through it.
Yeah.
Because you're almost like, oh, when am I going to turn into an adult? But then when you turn into an adult,
I mean, that's the thing in it. I think in life we generally look forward to,
which is normal,
going to secondary school, doing my GCSE, then passing my driving and all that. But and then there's a time that you come to where you become us, and then you say, I wish I went back to. Yeah. No. So for teachers, there's a lot of work still to be done to close the year. And yes, at the end of the year, there are some activities that some schools do, whether it's to celebrate the achievements of many students. They have like activity day, so on. And, we're looking forward to that. There's also sports day that's happening as well. So that is obviously our life around this time of the year. Other than that, you got what else is happening at the moment? Obviously, with the elections that are happening tomorrow, in terms of educational way, is there anything that we could say? I think all I'm going to say is obviously in terms of from the education point of view, when you're voting, the vote that you make, it's not only impacting. Well, it does obviously impact Peterborough firstly, but at the same time is a voice that you have in the parliament. You know, there'll be someone that could be fighting our corner to, you know, whether it's making your city better, or whether it is, you know, what you as a city stand for, believe in. They can, on a world stage, they can make that comment so everyone, you know, aware of, this is what, you know, Peterborough stand for, this is what Peterborough believe in. And I think this is where, if you would like to make any difference to the world and your own local Peterborough, make your vote count. Make sure you know who you are voting for. What you believe in, what you think is right, what you think is wrong, you know, you need to make sure that that lines up with the person that you are voting for, because it's important that you trust the person that you're voting for, because they might promise you so many different things that they're going to do for Peterborough, and they may not. With the election, it has a massive impact on educational department as well, with the money allocated towards different programs. You know, there's so many different things that have been put on hold till after elections because of the, you know, coming in party, what they will decide to do in terms of education. So all I'm going to say is, obviously, think about what's really important to you right now, right? There are affairs happening around the world. There's affairs happening in Peterborough, and you know, can we make a decision that is educated decision? Mm-hmm. Please do not just go vote because there's a party that you always voted for. So for that reason, you're gonna vote again. Make sure who you are voting for. It's an educated kind of decision. And you are not voting for people just because Shimi said so and he's voting for them. You are voting for them because they believe what you believe in, yeah? So
or
in terms
you can do what I recommend, but it's up to you.
Yeah, no, of course.
Here.
Yeah, and other than that, you know, I think that is all the update that we can do. Let's crack on in terms of, you know, what we have on offer for you guys today. So we had, first thing that we had on our list of agenda, what's the next steps for year 11? What should they be doing? What are they doing first?
So at the minute, I think right now, they deserve a little bit of a break. About 3 hours.
Oh,
no, but they do deserve a bit of a break because it's been a long couple of months.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned briefly earlier, so much going on. They went from full school days and extras with the twilights, and then breakfast clubs, and then revision at home, and then Masterminds Tuition Academy on Saturdays. Just have to drop that one in there. And then it's a long week, yeah? It's a long week. But they went from 100 miles per hour, and they're now sitting and waking up. Yes, it's almost like a crash because they're waking up and they're probably thinking, wow, okay, like for the last 5 years, we had a routine. We had this, we had that, expectations, some order in their life. And now they're waking up and thinking, right, Jeremy Kyle's not on TV anymore, so they'll have to YouTube him or something.
They probably won't even know what that is.
So yeah, for the first time, I think some of them will be seeing what daytime TV looks like. It's not as entertaining as evening TV, but
do they watch TV anymore?
They'll have to, because
they'll have to.
I think it's almost like you're fiddling around thinking of things to do, but they will soon realise that again this time will pass as well. This late holiday period, and then once they get into either work life or some of them will go back into education, it starts again. Smaller groups, for example, in A-level or apprenticeships, not your normal typical 2,000 kids.
They're grown up now. They get treated as adults. They have to come into school, especially if they go into sixth form. They have to come in with a suit. They will not be, as I always think, in GCSE to A-level, there's a massive step, right? And that step is
not just academically, but personally as well.
Person. So for accountability wise, so for example, in GCSE, the teachers will chase. Yeah, you need to get this,
of course,
and then make sure that you do everything you need to do to get the grade that you are, have the potential for. Hit A levels, things are the deadline. See you then.
Yeah,
right.
Of course.
And you are expected. The reason why there's a massive shift, because there's an even bigger shift when you go to university, those of you that are planning to. In university, the deadline's, let's just say the 3rd of July, There's no one reminding you. There's no one this. If you don't submit it, it's going to be failed, isn't it? It's counted as zero or whatever the course decides. So the point that I'm trying to make is obviously this is a stepping stone to what your life will be. In university. So you have to take accountability and responsibility for your own workload when you get to that stage.
And even if you don't go down that education route,
even work.
Yeah, some people, some of our year 11s will be working. Some were working while studying.
Part-time job. Yeah.
So
you don't turn up, you don't get paid.
Exactly.
You get fired.
So they'll have to pick up the new order and way of life very, very quickly. Once they're over this late break.
To be fair, like some of the year 11s, I happen to live but not use the gym. I happen to live near the gym but not use it at all. But some of the students that be heading towards gym, right? Let's just say, I say hello to them. It's like 6-7 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
And so just a general catch up. How are you? What did you get up to? What you guys did? Oh, I just woke up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right. There's a big shift in their routine, and I would say, to an extent, parents, if you can,
try and bring some order
if
back
you
in.
can, yeah. So have a bit of a routine with them. Have some times, or when you're waking up and so on. And if there is an activity, maybe give them a project. Your project is, just
even in the garden or something.
Yeah. That's all it is. At the same time, I think it's important that they are planning for September. The more you plan, the more you're prepared.
Definitely. 100%. They'll have to understand. I know some of them are a bit apprehensive about what's happening August 1st, because some of them are on the edge thinking, am I going to get into sixth form or on the course in college, things like that.
Yeah.
But I think like you said, which I like, is you still got to be planned. So whether it happens or not, because it's off chance.
Just make 3 plans.
Yeah, make.
I'm going to pass.
Yeah,
I'm going to get this. I'm going to go there. If I pass and not
exactly.
great, I'm going to go there. And then if I unfortunately not pass, what is your plan?
So don't wake up and then decide after you open the envelope.
On the 22nd of August, then okay, I'm going with plan A or I'm going with B.
Exactly.
Yeah, all right.
And it won't feel as harsh if it wasn't what you wanted to see.
Yeah, because you got of course,
mentally prepared as well.
Mentally prepared, and I think the courses that you're looking to study, start to do a bit of research on what are they about. Is that something that you can do an earlier research on? Okay, and so on. Other than that, with the year 11s, in terms of obviously you got your year 13s as well. I believe the exams, so well. they are going to be waiting for their results as well. So in terms for them, part-time job, start saving up, obviously, you applied for a university, and a lot of them are going to be conditional offers. So again, whether you go into that, get into that university or not, you will know better than we do. And based on that, you can start planning as well. If I get in, what are your schedules going to be in terms of when are you going to do your work? For university, definitely. For those of you that are planning on going to university, doing any course or whatnot, I know you may have not got your time, you will not have got your timetables or anything, but you will get those. I would highly recommend for you to have a schedule of saying, on this day, I'm going to start getting into that routine. On this day for a couple of hours, any university work I have, I'm going to get it out the way. All right? Because it's very important that you balance your social life and your academic life, because it can be quite difficult. It can be very difficult as being a university student, especially living away from home. So if you do not interact and socialize with people, you could get homesick, and it can make financially things difficult, and it can have an impact on your performance. You haven't got mom or dad or brothers or anyone with you all the time to say, You got school, you got university. You got to get up yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to get the work done yourself. So you do always need that push. And I would say, have a schedule. What you are thinking of doing. When are you looking to come home? Start planning out your year. It's very important that you guys are ahead of the game, I would say. Ahead of the game.
And there's so much to obviously look into. There's so many things, like you just mentioned, there's so many things that they can spend time now really effectively.
Lastly, well, we haven't got enough time, but
I think we've got about a minute before.
If we start the conversation, we're going to talk about year sixes as well, what they could be doing. And then after the break, inshallah, we're going to be discussing with you guys some of the financial support that is available to support education, and some good activities that you could do to prepare yourself for September, and inshallah our plans as well. This time round, we are going to be putting a note on straight after the break, and then after that we will be continuing. So you're listening to Tabi and Shimi here at Salam Radio with our show Education Matters, and we will have a break shortly, and after the break there will be a note, and then after that inshallah we will be discussing few of our other points about our show. Thank you for listening, and we'll soon to hear from you. Please do get in touch. Thank you.
Stay tuned to Salam Radio after this short ad break.
Bite into something wonderfully tasty at Big Mouth, 349 at Lincoln Road in Peterborough. Eating in for takeaway or delivery, Big Mouth now have a delicious new menu full of all your favourites. Crispy fried chicken, juicy smashed burgers, finger-licking peri-peri chicken, handmade pizzas, quality doner meat and so much more. So visit the family-friendly Big Mouth restaurant for fantastically fresh food. Call 01733 201020 or visit getbigmouthonline.com.
Are you a savvy shopper searching for the best food deals? Look no further. Adams Cash and Carry can help you save big. We're not just a food wholesaler for takeaways and restaurants. We also welcome household customers at our warehouse in Westwood, Peterborough. Visit our website and enjoy wholesale prices on everything from drinks to flour, rice to burgers and much more. To shop, go online and collect in store. Visit adamscashandcarry.co.uk today to start your savings spree.
For the top pizza in Peterborough, visit Top's Pizza, established in 1988 for delicious pizzas with freshly made dough daily. View the extensive and mouthwatering menu online at topspizza.co.uk, then choose from traditional tasty toppings, something different, or create your own with fresh 100% halal meats, salads, veg and a great choice of sides too. Call into Top's Pizza, 52 Broadway, PE1 1SB. Call 01733 913 775 or order online for delivery or collection.
Do you own a restaurant or takeaway? Cater Fair is an expert supplier of new and used commercial catering equipment. Visit caterfair.co.uk for quality equipment on sale at the lowest prices, or call us on 01733 310 115 or visit us at 11 Royce Road, Fengate, Peterborough.
Satisfy your cravings at Ibrahimi Buffet Restaurant. Enjoy a tantalizing variety of Chinese, Italian, Pakistani and comfort food favorites from starters to desserts. Kids under 5 dine for free, so bring the whole family to our location at 63 Sycamore Avenue. Open every day from 5 p.m. till 10:30 p.m. Call us on 01733 313131 or book online to reserve your table. Ibrahimi-restaurants.co.uk. Every bite is a delight at Ibrahimi Buffet Restaurant.
Whether you visit the Berry Furniture Showroom at 78B Fengate in Peterborough or view and buy online, you'll be amazed at the quality and style you could enjoy in your home. With beds from just £299 and complete 3-2-1 sofa sets from less than £1,000, you'll also be amazed at their wholesale prices too. Plus, there's a 1-year free warranty on sofas and beds, subject to conditions. Find out more, click on Berry, that's BERRE furniture.co.uk or call 01733 300 517.
Craving authentic Desi flavors? Look no further than Desi Restaurant. From midday until 1 in the morning, enjoy our homemade specialties that will transport your taste buds. Indulge in tantalizing papri chaat and savor the rich Chersi Kadahi. Treat your friends to our fresh 1 kilogram Chersi lamb handi. Plus, get 2 12-inch pizzas for $11.95. Located at 298 Lincoln Road, we deliver from lunchtime until 1 a.m. Call 01733 555 795 now to order and experience Desi Restaurant's flavors.
This is Salam Radio, Peterborough's Muslim community radio. Broadcasting on 106.2 FM and online.
يا ما نفسي عايش إنسان قلبه على كفه كل اللي بردانين في كفوفه يتدفوا يا ما نفسي عايش إنسان قلبه على كفه كل اللي بردانين في كفوفه يتدفوا يضحك يضحك خلق الله يفرح يفرح كله معاه ولا حتى روحه ملك ايديه اللي معاه على طول مش ليه ولا حتى روحه ملك ايديه هو في قلبه من عليه شايل امل وشروق وحياه بيحب ولا يكره إنسان شايل أمل بكرة بيبان في الشدة ويطمن ولا خان ولا عمره هيخون إنسان جواك وجوايا إنسان له حلم له غاية
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Salam Radio. You are listening to Tabi and Shimi here under Education Matters. And just shortly we had a Naat Insan by Hamza Namira. I hope you enjoyed that. So this show is Education Matters, where we are discussing all things related to education. Do call us in on 01733 602 133. You can also text into the show, and our number for your text is 07411 191062. You're available to comment on the live stream that is on Facebook, YouTube, X, or Twitch. Let us know if you have any questions relating to education matters, any schooling questions that we can help you, we can support you guys with. So, before the break, we discussed about what Year 11s are currently doing and what they could be doing, and we talked about Year 13s as well. And I'd like to just touch upon Year 6, who, they're still in school. However, in terms of their SATs are completed, and they're going to be off in 2 weeks and then be spending the 6-7 weeks of holiday at home. We want to just give you a bit of an insight of what sort of things they could be doing. As teachers, what advice that we have for them to support them and help them to for their Year 7 start. Should we start with you, sir?
Yeah, that's fine. So quite a lot going on with Year 6s. I know, again, we're obviously teachers, so we're going to be banging on about work. Obviously, it's summer. Like we mentioned about the Year 11s.
Enjoy the holiday.
They do need to enjoy the holidays first and foremost. But I know I've had these questions here and there over the last couple of months. So we've got Year 6s in our Saturday tuition centre, and the questions we get asked quite a lot recently has been,
what could they do?
SATs are over, but what's going to happen in Year 7 now? So they want a bit of an insight. In a nutshell, I'm not sure how it works in your school, Tabby, but in our school, what we're going to be doing is baseline testing. So again, today was transition day, and we gave them a little bit of an indication and an insight that when they come back, because one of the questions we got asked randomly or unexpectedly from one of our Year 6s was, "Oh, sir, is this going to be this our maths class in September?" And I had to say no, because we're going to have to baseline test you first, which is going to happen in September when they go back, and then we're going to put you into sets based off our testing.
Yep. I think just to obviously let our listener know in terms of why that is, or you got with maths, it is quite difficult to teach when you have there's a lot of schools, to be honest, that do a lot of mixed abilities, but there's probably more schools now that do settings.
They're going towards settings,
yeah. So the setting, basically what we do is look at, assess our students based on where they are, and in terms of classes, we'll put who are really good in maths in terms of the scores. They'll be in one class, and from there onwards we'll be working our way down, and then you can imagine the scheme of work and the way that we teach them and the support that we provide is differentiated and is different between the classes, because it'd be very unfair for us to even consider some of the algebra or work in that area if your child is struggling with timetables, or if your child is struggling with adding the basic skills. So because of that, a lot of schools in maths are based on sets, and majority of the schools, personally, some of the schools that I worked at, rather than testing all of Year 7 straight away, they give it a couple of weeks and then do an assessment, and based on that, put them into classes. Now, I want to just highlight a few things as a teacher to our parents in terms of, 6-7 weeks is a long time, right? And we do see a lot of students who come back as totally different, maybe academically and behavior. A lot of the things they learn is completely gone, and the reason why that is, you're not going to be sat at home doing Pythagoras every day in the holidays, are you? Right? But you need to. It's like the gym, isn't it? If you don't go to gym to work out and you do that over a long period of time, your muscles are not going to look the same. There's no consistency. So with maths, the way the brain would work, if you don't recap and go on it again and practice that, unfortunately it's just going to go out of your mind, or just go further deep in that you may not be able to recall really quickly. So what we normally suggest, some of the topics, some of the things that your child has done in Year 6, right? Just recap those once a week, once a week, half an hour, will do wonders. Will absolutely do wonders. Corbett Maths, Maths Genie, just Google, just put anything in there or put those two free websites. They are free. Those resources are available for you, and they will give your child that retrieval of those skills that will become very, very handy when they come in September. All right, and that's not just for maths. I would say take that over all other subjects. Personally, I don't know if you would agree, Shimi, right? When I take these 6-7 weeks off, and when I go back, it'll take me a couple of days just to write properly.
Do you know what I'd say to you then? To spend half an hour every week, practice your writing skills.
Do the Mr. Akram skill.
So use that advice
do you
you
agree?
just gave us.
Do you agree?
Retrieval, and you're gonna be coming back light as a feather, mate.
Exactly. No, but you see my point in it, and I think it's important. When you teach your students a topic on Friday, and then you ask them a question on Monday about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
No, 100%. It hits in September, and what I'm noticing is every year when I check the calendar to see when I'm back in school in the September, it seems to be coming
closer.
Yeah, closer and closer towards August. So.
Well, they were looking at making the school.
I don't think that's good for your mental well-being as a teacher, but I definitely need them training days to wake up. Yeah, honestly, them training days.
There's a lot of regulations that change that we have to be aware of for the training. Yeah,
but in terms of like you said earlier, do I need a wake-up call as well? I use them training days as my wake-up call. It takes me a couple of days to just stretch out a little bit, and then third day
get into a teaching mode.
Third day, bang, the kids are back in.
Put your suit on.
Yeah.
Superman's out.
and they started to scaffold in our school, like year by year.
Yeah.
So they won't all you won't see all 2,000 kids hit you at once. So they do scaffold it, which helps. But yeah, obviously 6 weeks is a long time. Trying to work on his six-pack, so you can try and
be consistent, as consistent with maths.
But if you guys know any websites out there for teachers, any free websites that would help us, well, apart from YouTube, then we'll definitely take your advice on board.
That is part of the thing that we're going to be obviously discussing with our listeners as well. What is a life of a teacher like, in the holidays as well? We will do that very shortly. But the other thing that we wanted to mention, there is information out there, so far we talked about the year 11, year 13, year 6. Finishing off for the year, what they're doing in the holidays, what they should be doing. Now, obviously, you got students in year 11 going into year 12, sixth form.
Mm-hmm.
Do they still do the EMA?
Right, so I think EMA stopped a few years ago.
Okay.
Or what it was called as EMA, which is basically allowance as a student to get you by. I think that's the way I used to see it. So I used to
see it as a lot of money, back then. Yeah,
30 quid a week it used to be. Which probably would
a lot of money
to
back then.
£3,000 a week now. So that's what it felt like. But yeah, there is. I'm pretty sure there is support for 16 to 19-year-olds still out there. I'm not sure what it's called at the minute, but like you said earlier, quick Google search.
Just do your research. Website, if you are,
they'll give it to you. Financial support for students. You've got. So I'm literally just reading off the government website at the minute. So this is a high-level summary.
There's my chain tomorrow.
Yeah. Bursary fund. I think they've called it a bursary fund. So the bursary fund provides financial support to help students overcome specific barriers to participation so that they can remain in education. Because I remember with EMA, the reason why it helped me out was sometimes when I needed to take a bus, especially when I had different courses in different schools. IT was in a different course. Sorry, IT course was in a different setting, so I did have to take a number of buses on a couple of days a week.
So
it used to help me with that.
So what you're saying, obviously, there's support available.
Bursary fund. It's called a bursary fund.
Yeah.
Now you would have to obviously look and see if you're what's the word I'm looking for? You would meet the criteria. Yeah, you're eligible for the conditions that they've got there. So again, I'm not going to read this to you, but
just
quick,
have a
website, look. Government, gov.uk.
The other thing, the other part of our last segment that we had, before we discussed obviously some of the other things. What could our students be doing? Firstly, let's talk about near to September, then we go backwards. I was speaking to our parents for year 6 today, and I was just telling them, showing them.
Did you have a transition day as well then today?
Yeah, I think it's everywhere.
Is it everywhere?
Yeah. So we were showing our parents the calculator they should be buying.
Oh yes, okay.
And excuse me, sorry, I had to go quiet there because I had to sneeze. So I was just showing them the calculator, and I was like, look, there's going to come a point in year 11, I hope not, but where you decide, okay, we need to get a calculator now. No. You need to get a calculator now, right?
Yeah.
If your child starts with a calculator in year 7, just imagine the capabilities. They will know every function. They wouldn't even need to think twice. They don't even need to, because they would have used it in every lesson. They would have done those calculations on that calculator. They will be so familiar with it, they do not have to waste time or remember or learn when it comes to near your exam.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, sorry, another, excuse me. So,
Crikey, man, he made it rain in the studio, guys.
No chance. So I said to him, look, this is the calculator, just get it now. Imagine right now when you're using your phone, you don't have
that's
to.
what I was thinking about.
You don't have to think.
It's like me giving you. You've never used an iPhone before. Actually, let's put it this way: you've been using an iPhone, for example, and then I give you a Samsung tomorrow to use, and you got to use it for part of, like, I don't know, some exam or something.
You're gonna take ages to navigate, aren't you?
Time to navigate.
So we advise for you all, get them a Casio calculator, and if you're not sure which is the best one, is it FX85 T8?
Mastermind 3000. Sorry.
85 T at the end, I can't remember, is the check with your schools, and unfortunately there has come a lot of different models of calculators now and different makers.
There's too many.
It's making our life a bit difficult. You got the class whiz now.
I've got to learn a new one every day, mate.
I know, and it is quite difficult. But your child needs to make sure they have a calculator that is allowed by the exam boards and they are familiar with it. Apart from a calculator, what else should they have?
Okay, so
I know the schools got their information, but those that are listening to us,
like, for me, the perfect start in year 7, for example, would be a student who comes in prepared. That's all the stationery included. The only reason being is because there's instances where one person asks you for a pen, and before you know it, 30 seconds later, you got 10 people queuing up for a pen. And then, I don't know about you, but what I've noticed is usually those students they won't differ. Like, it's always the same kids that will come in with that pen. And I get it. Sometimes, obviously, there's other factors.
And involved. I think, what you just mentioned there, unfortunately, sometimes there's common students who will not. And from the research, because we've been looking into equipments and how we can improve and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of research into it.
And, within most schools that we find that it's the accountability.
That's what it is.
They just can't be bothered. They just, especially on the day they have P and they come in their PK. Oh, I came in. Imagine turning up to work without having the tools to do the work. What are you there for?
Imagine going there without your lunchbox. That'd be a nightmare.
No, most definitely.
You would never forget your lunchbox. It's like you've got a string attached to your pocket, haven't you?
Yeah, just
if you forgot it, it'd be dragging behind you.
The car doesn't start if I don't have a lunchbox in the car. No, I think.
But yeah, like you said, there's quite.
You got your pen, but not just one pen.
I'm not making. Honestly,
how many pens explode?
It's not about the pen.
No. First, tell me how many pens explode.
Never in my hands, but millions I've seen explode around the.
I don't know what they do. Do you know what it is? When they're sitting there, they start. Look, you can hear that, yeah? then they start to take it apart.
I've seen some creative things with some
Because
students.
they're bored and, they're not interested. Now, what I'm going to say to parents, look, get a couple of black pens or blue pens, pencil, green pens, a lot of schools use for marking. You got your rubbers, you got your rulers, you got your compass, you got protractor. Get that for them now. Let them use their own. They're going to get, as well as a calculator, they're going to get familiarized with that.
I think the point I was trying to make was, it's not the pen itself, that's not the problem. I've got 20 pens in my drawer at the minute, which I will happily lend out. That's not the point. The point was, if you've got a student in year 7, and if they're getting used to those sort of bad habits earlier on, I would rather the parent and the teachers nag them 30 days straight until the kid has enough and takes accountability.
That's what's important.
That's what's important. Not the pen itself.
You see, when they start thinking, okay, I got this lesson, I need this and this. Imagine the life skills that they are learning. So, as a parent, I'm assuming there's a space for where all the kids' bags go. For example,
is that at home or
at home?
At home, okay.
At home, and you got a kid at the minute as well, right? And he must have a travel bag. Aiden does, and so with my.
We got matching ones.
Matching ones, yeah, and.
Paddington Bear.
Yeah, and what's the idea? You would check your bag, innit, before you got bottles, you got nappies, you got this, that.
You have to, otherwise they're not allowed in.
We're telling you, we're asking you, or advising you as parents, right? Make that responsibility of your child. So before they go to sleep, right, pack your bag. I want you to check rather than saying, have you got your bag ready? I want you to check your equipment. What we do in school every morning, they have to get that equipment out, and when they don't have it, we're on the phone, and that does create work for us as well. But that is the normal expectations. Let's do that without having to be chased up. Make it the responsibility of your child to be prepared.
We've got a new one as well. It's coming in September. If they walk into school without a pen, mate, they're washing the dishes at lunchtime.
Imagine that. I remember they used to have litter picking, man.
Watch how many pens don't explode after that day.
Nah, of course, there's loads and loads of things. Obviously, things have changed over time, and new rules and changes over happening, and some work really well, some need changing, some need adapting. Right, okay. So that's obviously getting ready for September. We've got 4 minutes. We just want to mention, in terms of if you're thinking tuition for your child, there are a number of places available in Peterborough. As you know, myself and Shamir, we run a Mastermind Tuition Academy, and there's exciting news, we have coming out for you guys, and there'll be more closer to home service available for you guys as well as from home. There's going to be Academy online for you guys as well. So if you have any questions, anything that you'd like to know about, please do get in touch. But there will be a information that will be shared with the parents at the start of August. Please do let us know and then discuss from there. We do, inshallah, for the first time, I think we're going to be doing this every year. We put some time aside on the results day. We're going to be, coming to you guys and speaking to parents and students just to get their live feeling. We will not make them open it up live, don't worry. Imagine there was one report.
Unless they're grade 9, so they will have to.
We won't know that till they open.
No, we'll have to act like, we'll have to glue it together and we'll have to react it again.
No. There was one news reporter where they made, I don't know if you remember, Channel 4 ITV, I can't remember. But they asked one of the students to open the results on live on air.
Backwards.
And it did indeed.
Backfire, basically.
Backfire, yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, we got plenty.
If that happens with us, we'll cut it out the edit. Basically, that's what happens.
And so let's do it again. No, we will. Also, one important thing I wanted to mention, obviously, even though there's going to be a big break, we're still here. In terms of our services, we are here to cater for not just Peterborough, but schools around the country. If there is parents wise, education wise, you guys have any questions, you're not sure about anything, you want to check if it's the right calculator, the right compass, or the right protector, please get in touch. We're available on social media. How much do we charge for that service? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, even if you just want to know what the weather's like tomorrow, get
You
in
call
touch with
us.
Tabby. Tabby's available 24/7.
We will Google it for you. Yeah, no, please. It's just that we do not want our community to be sat there, not sure what to do. We want them to be able to make informed decisions, and we will be there to support you with that. Right, so a minute and a half to go. What are you going to be doing? What do teachers do in summer?
So I think a lot of planning for house renovations, but no action taken. And then September comes around very quickly.
Yeah.
I think just for me, I think this summer is really just about trying to get that family time in, because throughout the year
we do sacrifice.
I miss quite a lot of stuff, or I can't commit to a lot of stuff. So I think that's the main focus for me, and then
get rest.
Trying to get a rest.
Are you going
just
away?
working on my six pack a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. You've been away this year a couple of times, so I think there should be no holidays.
Yeah, no holidays. I think I'm banned myself from holidays. But
Excellent.
Inshallah, the next one for us abroad will hopefully be Umrah.
Inshallah.
So that's the intention. So inshallah, do dua, obviously.
Of course, inshallah. We hope
that
comes true, and inshallah, you guys, inshallah. So,
what's your plans? Any plans? I've given you 8 seconds there.
No, we're hoping to just obviously sleep and catch up on our sleep and have a family time.
Are you switching off?
There's a complete switch off.
Okay.
We have a lot of renovation, a lot of work to complete. Thank you for listening to Tabby and
Shimi.
You've been listening to Education Matters. We inshallah will be here next week, and we'll see you then.
Stay
Assalamu
tuned
alaikum.
to Salam Radio after this short ad break.